What's up, YouTube? We're Mini Metal Fab, and this is our first video, and we're going to Cars and Cameras Busco Beach Mini Mayhem event. I'm Brandon, that's Kavan, there's Kira, and that's Russell. We're loading everything up into the Mazda 3. And Russell's Mazda. One bike in the trunk of my car. Got the mini quad in the back of Russell's car. And then I'm taking my mini bike on the back of my car.
Oh, it's only 6 hours.
All right, so we're all loaded up, ready to go. Got the bike on the back. It's time. Heading out to North Carolina, Busco Beach. Have a crazy weekend with Cars and Cameras. All right, it's currently 2:30 in the morning. We're at Royal Farms. We're an hour and 45 minutes away. We're driving for about 6 hours now. Everything's looking good. We're all rolling good. Both of our passengers are sleeping. Oh well. On our trip, our first stop is at North Carolina, Outer Banks, with my girlfriend's parents. They have a house down there at the beach. So we traveled there, and we were going to stay there for the week first before Mini Mayhem. We just arrived at their house, and we unpacked everything, and we were getting ready to do our first ride. All right, we're going for our first ride in North Carolina. We're at the Outer Banks right now. Just going to take a little cruise around the streets and see what's going on. Got the bikes and the quad out. Let's see what's up. All right, so we got a Stage 4 Predator 212 non-Hemi, built with parts from Go Power Sports and O&B Warehouse. Basically a mini drag bike. Full lights, exhaust, RLV high flow mini muffler, billet piston, rods, flywheel.
No, it still needs push rods.
Headlights, taillights. This one, full suspension, headlights, taillights. Stage 3 mini bike, Predator 212. Both have juggernaut drivers on the torque converters. 420 chain. This one's running smaller back sprocket. How many teeth is it? 43? Yeah. And then this one, 50 tooth. Billet valve covers and everything. Vent breathers, shaved head, own port and polish on both of them. And we got the mini quad here, which is just a bone stock 212. Not even stage 1. Has the governor deleted with a torque converter. Running a jag shaft, full suspension mini quad. Very fun. We went out for our first ride, and I don't actually have the footage from that because we filmed it in portrait for social media, TikTok and Instagram. So if you want to see those videos, go follow into my TikTok at Mini Metal Fab. When we were out on our ride, though, my buddy's bike was not running good at all. It kept dying at idle, and it wouldn't want to run right, bogging. So we turned around. All right, so my buddy's bike here has 2 bent push rods and a snap brake cable from our first ride yesterday that we went on. Not good. So we're waiting on a new brake cable to come, and we have chromoly push rods coming in the mail today. So we'll be installing those soon. So right now we're working on taking everything off so we can pull the motor off. Because we're gonna have to take the valve cover off right there, the nice billet valve cover, and loosen up the rockers, and then take the stock push rods out. So we can put the chromoly ones in, because chromoly ones are much stronger.
Really smooth chain forever.
We got the juggernaut driver for the torque converter here. Higher engagement speed and allows for more top speed as well. And has roller bearings in it. Smoother, makes a lot less noise than a standard driver. So much better. Definitely worth the money. And we got the billet side cover here. Dual bearing, ARC, top fill. 2 vent breathers running back to billet valve cover. This thing's fitted with all the tricks. Stage 4 motor. This thing moves. Runs really good. It just needs those push rods they're talking about. 28mm carburetor. Now the motor can come off.
The bike frame?
Yup. Boom. Oh yeah, look at all that wetness on there.
It's just the front.
Look at all that. That's a lot of oil. Where do you think it's coming from? Make sure you don't loosen that. You don't want that nut to fall off in there. You wish your block was welded shut like mine.
It's fine.
We can always weld it shut.
I don't think it's needed here. I need whatever size that is.
6mm Allen key. It looks really wet right on the front here. Wouldn't you say?
Yeah, 10 mil?
Yeah, get him a 10mm, Kravon. Socket so we can get it tight.
I would not do that.
I would not impact it. Put it on a socket. Alright. Hold the camera. Let's check and make sure this is tight. Just give this a wipe. This is really dirty. Let's clean it up a little bit. Look at all that dirt and oil in there. Grease. That's bad. This block needs a good clean.
Bring the brake thing?
No, I did not.
I would forget that.
Too bad. Oil's gonna be protection.
Look at how shiny that billet side cover is once you wipe it. Woo! Thing looks nice. Clean. Clean indeed. So much dirt and grease around these.
I just almost fell, bro.
That's not good. Alright, we'll just give this a quick tighten. Oh boy, that was really loose. Snug that up like that. There we go. Well, so that was probably a lot of your problem right there. The drain bolt was loose. Yeah, that's probably it. That will do it. Make sure your drain bolts are tight, people, before you go on a long ride and start leaking oil everywhere. You never know. Go over your vehicles, check them before you go out for long trips.
Yes.
You never know what could happen, and you don't want to get messed up or stuck. Something breaks or something seizes. That's not good.
This is really going to test us with night riding. That's really going to test us. I can't wait to start.
It's going to be hard for you because you don't have bright lights like we do on our bikes.
No, it's not.
Look at this.
Bright lights don't bother me. It's not. Is it good night thing?
Whew, they're so bright.
They are bright.
Headlights, concealed taillight. A lot of people always wonder what's better, torque converter, clutch, which one should I get, blah blah blah. In my opinion, I like torque converters a lot more because with a clutch you have to have the right gearing for bottom end and top end, or else you'll have all of one or all of the other. So like if your gearing's too tall, you'll be doing like 80 miles an hour, but it'll take forever to get there. And on any kind of uphills or anything like that, or anything from a dig or like off-road or anything like that, you're gonna really struggle. And the motor's gonna be really bogging and sluggish, and you're not gonna be able to accelerate fast. And then once you get up in higher RPMs, then you'll really start to take off and you'll go. And versus if you have really short gearing, it'll accelerate really hard, and like you'll be doing wheelies and having a blast, but then you'll hit 45 miles an hour or 30 miles an hour or whatever, and it'll be at like $7,000, and you're at red line and you can't go any faster, and you're like, oh man, I want to go faster, but your motor won't let you. So you gotta get a fine balance between the two, which is nice because then your motor revs out to like $8,000 or whatever when it's built and everything. And, you know, you're doing like 55, 60 miles an hour, you're cooking, and you get there quickly with the right gearing, you'll get there pretty quick. But with a torque converter, you could do the same thing, especially with the juggernauts, like the juggernaut drivers that we have on our motors and our bikes. it really helps that low end acceleration and then the top end speed as well. So we'll be at like 6,500 RPMs doing like 75 miles an hour. And that's a lot less wear and tear on the motor. And then it still accelerates enough where we could still pop a wheelie from a dig if we want, or ride wheelies, whatever.
Another thing with just a stock torque converter, like, we were able to take a stock motor with only an air filter and like stage 1 carburetor and take it up to 50 miles an hour. With the clutch, you might be able to get that, but it's going to take you like more than a quarter mile to get there.
Exactly. Accelerates a lot more and still has that top end speed you're looking for. That's why I really like them. This is like a step up. And then the Juggernaut driver here is like a step up from your standard torque converter clutch and pulley system that it'll come with. And the Juggernaut really makes a difference. It makes top end and low end a lot better. But I would not recommend the Juggernaut unless you have at least a stage 2 motor, because you won't have the RPM to run a Juggernaut with a stock or stage 1 motor, even with the governor deleted. But I wouldn't recommend deleting the governor until you get a billet flywheel and a billet rod. We just got our packages in.
Absolute perfect timing. We were just out to get some supplies, like clean up the motor a bit, get some hose clamps because we broke some, and we got not only our chromoly push rods, but their brake cable that I decided to snap the first day in.
Yeah, you snap the brake cable that goes right through here. It's not good.
We can be all up and running by the end of the day.
And we got a chromoly push rod here. NR Racing 5.2. Right here for the non-Hemi 212. Alright, so we got new chromoly push rods that are thicker than stock, so we have to take this little guide plate off for the stock push rods out so the chromoly one will fit. Because the chromoly one won't fit through that little hole right there.
It will, it just won't have anywhere to travel. And it may break the rod.
Why are you putting that on? You gotta put your lash cap on first.
True, true, true.
Alright, so we just drained the oil from my buddy's motor, and this is first break-in since we did stage 4 build on this thing. And as you can see, it's pretty dirty. It's had about an hour of ride time on it and about 40 minutes of idle time. A little bit of liquid in there. See that's from the brake we sprayed in. So that's why that's in there. But there's a little bit of chunks in it, not too bad. We're gonna be running some Mobil 1 Racing 4T oil, 10W40. With some ZDDP additive. Since we have flat tappet lifters in the motor, you want to put this in here because it's really sticky stuff and it'll stick to your lifters and get all over your can and really make your engine last a lot longer, run better and everything, help with all the braking and everything. Highly recommend this stuff. So we're gonna add half a quart of this and like a shot of this. Now that we finished all the maintenance on my buddy's bike, we put it back together and loaded everything up to get ready to go to Busco Beach for 2023 Cars and Cameras Mini Mayhem. We're all loaded up, ready for Mini Mayhem. Got the CX-9, the mini quad in it, and all the wheels and everything. My car's got a mini bike in the trunk, and that mini bike's going on the back right there.
So we just landed in Busco Beach. We're in the entrance.
North
We just
Carolina.
have to check in and pull
Bike's
around.
still there.
We'll be riding.
Everything made it. We're ready. We made it to our campsite. Setting up. Got our tents put up and everything. Getting ready. It's gonna be great. The bike's off. Loading everything. Looks good. Got our food. Hammock's going up next. Alright, we're about to go out for our first ride at Busco Beach. Alright, so we headed out on our first ride, and as you can probably tell, none of us are used to driving on sand. This was our first time driving on soft sandy material and that kind of terrain, so we were very squirrely and taking it easy, just kind of get used to the vehicles we were on and get used to the terrain and the park and try not to get lost. As we started to get more used to the terrain and the riding conditions, we started to send it harder and faster, hitting mud puddles and jumps and going through the dunes at higher speeds and taking corners. Got used to the sand, and we headed over to the drag strip to see what we could do against some of the other people that brought their custom projects and their vehicles out. Overall though, my bike held for its own. I placed top 3 in almost every race I did. And my bike is not a drag bike. That's what people always assume when they look at it, like, oh, it's a drag bike. No, it's not what I built it for. I built it for hitting jumps and doing wheelies, more of a trick bike. It just happens to be pretty fast. And so considering I was racing drag purpose-built bikes out there and drag purpose-built vehicles, I'm happy with how it did. In my final drag race against Ike, Cars and Cameras, with his big block 420 drag mini bike, we lined up and I went to take off and I gunned it and I popped a little bit of a wheelie, started getting speed wobbles because the front wheel was up in the air. And when I came down, the wheel wasn't straight. And I dumped it right at the start, and it was very unfortunate. And you can see that on Carbon Camera's YouTube channel from third person if you'd like to go check that out. After the drag strip, we went back to camp to chill for a little bit, and then we went out for our first big ride with Cars and Cameras.
Hey there, little guy. What are you doing there? It's a turtle. Hi, buddy. It's a turtle. He's scared. We gotta put him somewhere.
Well, let's go on this side of the road.
You think?
Just crossing.
There you go, buddy. Now you won't get run over.
we just had some major catastrophic failure on my bike. Kavan here is out riding. They were over there going to the drag strip, and my swing arm broke. I didn't reinforce it in a high enough spot, and it cracked right above the reinforcement right there. So then the wheel hits now. Bent my fender up. Yeah, it's not good. So now I gotta try to bend it back and see if someone here has a welder. We found someone with a welder. We got it fixed. Now that we fixed the swing arm, hopefully it'll hold together, and we went out for the ride with carbon camera, so we'll see how it goes. That swing arm held up for the first ride we did with cars and cameras, so we went back to camp and hung out for a little bit more, ate some food, and then when we got back together with cars and cameras, we went out for another ride. broke already once. I started jumping it and gunning it and doing wheelies. I sent a little bit too hard over the one jump, and when I landed, the tire cased it and snapped the swing arm again. Well, we're done. Bike's toast for right now. Swing arm snapped. We'll have to fix it. Build a new swing arm, something stronger. You see, snapped right there. And over here, snapped right down there. So, you know, at least we got the measurements. I know what I want. Just gotta build it again, stronger this time, and it'll be good. So, all right. There's a foam rip. This thing ran great. Runs great. Really fast. Absolutely destroyed out on the drag strip over there. Keeping up with real dirt bikes and quads. Full-size quads and dirt bikes, 450s, stuff like that. 2 strokes. Absolutely nuts for a little something I built in my garage. I'd say it's a job well done. And you know, this is not terrain for a mini bike. Huge bumps, huge rocks, logs, sticks, loose soil, loose sand everywhere. Mini bikes were not meant for this, and this thing took it like a champ. I'm impressed. We all got together for one final gathering with cars and cameras for giveaways and shout outs, and to thank Go Power Sports and all the sponsors for being there and helping make the event possible.
Hope no one's gotten hurt. Hope you all had a good time. Yeah. Awesome. I know I've had a good time. This is going to be probably pretty easy. Has anyone traveled further than Korea?
What?
Has anybody traveled further than Korea?
The Australia or something, right?
Where is Mr. Korea? Okay. Okay. Right. He's going with the piston and the rotor. With 18 lights. Let me pull it back up. Sorry. It's a 3-wheeler. Brian Bridgers with what looks like a Tillotson or a Predator swap 3-wheeler. There he is. Right. And by a landslide, your most popular Mini Mayhem project was built by Brad Butler. You've all heard it today because it's loud, it's snowmobile powered, it's big. It's a monster truck. It's in right here.
Yeah.
Go on over. Joey Holbrook. Hey. Looks like you earned that. Next up, we have a 30 series torque converter for Tillotson, Predator, or Clone. Yeah, I've seen a couple of people that I know could use one of these. Troy Sherrill. Randy Ford.
I know, so blurry.
Last up, we have a brand new in the box Tillotson 212 pole start engine. Lisa Nonnelly. Lisa. That's it. Thank you all for coming along to Mayhem Spring 2023. There might be a fall. We're planning on it. Happy birthday, Joe! Happy birthday!
Happy birthday!
Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, dear Charles. Happy birthday to you.
All right, we made it back from vacation with cars and cameras at Busco Beach for Mini Mayhem 2023. Everything is so dirty. We're about to tear everything down, clean it all, start fixing everything that's broken. Thankfully, no one got seriously injured. Everything survived. Everyone had a great time. It was a lot of fun. Highly recommend for anyone who can come next year or for the fall one, come. It's worth it. So much fun. You will have a blast. Gonna have to redo the swing arm on my bike. It's completely snapped now all the way through, but it's all right. Build a stronger one, make it look even better, and then powder coat, powder coat, powder coat. Can't wait for all three to get powder coated. It's gonna look so good when it's done. Time for a deep clean. Got our soapy buckets. Start spraying it down, getting all this mud off. Alright, thanks for watching YouTube. Hope you enjoyed my first video. I'm going to be posting hopefully once every 2 weeks on my channel. That's my goal to start. So please like, comment, subscribe, and stay tuned for the next video. Also follow me on Instagram and TikTok at MiniMetalFab to get all the sneak peeks of what's going to be coming up and all the littler stuff I do in between videos.